is Free Elo on Cafe again for the 5th time in a row here on TXB Pro. Now on Cafe for Athena, we typically see them ban Ying or Thatcher and Mozzie or Clash. For Free Elo, we see bans of Jackal or Thatcher and Kaid and Mirror. So let's see if for Athena we are going to get the Ying or Thatcher ban, or if we're going to get something a little bit more different. I suspect the Thatcher ban will come into play because, yeah, Free Elo are unlikely to play Ying, so this is no big surprise. Now, with the records of Free Elo on this map, they ban Jackal or Thatcher, so this could be an easy Jackal ban coming out here for Free Elo so that they can roam. Yes, it is going to be the Jackal ban. I know that Colin likes a bit of a roam. Now on defense, they've been banning Kaid or Mirror. With Glossy Club in the game, they might want to mix that up. They are banning a lot quicker than normal. They know what they want to ban, and they're going to ban Valkyrie. That's a unique ban for them on this map so far in this league, this season, but it is a very good ban. I played Face It with some of the Free Elo boys on Sunday. We were on Cafe, and Valkyrie was a real pain in the ass. So no big surprise really to see her get taken out of play. Now, Mozzie or Clash are the two defenders that have been banned the most by Athena on this map. Let's see if they'll go for one of those or mix it up. They are going to go Mirror instead. So we do get the Mirror ban. The only difference, really, from what I was predicting, is the Valkyrie. So this is all good to see. All good to see. Now, I'm going to need to write these bans down. So bear with me for a moment while I just pencil them in. We've got Thatcher and Mirror. That's for Athena, and we have Jackal and Valkyrie on the side of Free Elo. Kitchen service and cooking is going to be the first site to get played. Let's see how this one is going to play out. Now let's talk about some more stats for these two teams. On Cafe, we've seen both of these teams play Cafe twice, and they both have a 50% win rate on it. Now, if we look at the round wins and attack and defensive wins for Athena, overall, we've seen Athena win 63% of the rounds they played here, with Free Elo only winning 47% of the rounds that they've played here. When it comes to attack, Athena have a 57% win rate, whereas Free Elo have a 50% win rate. So they're actually pretty close on attack. And this could work out not too bad for Free Elo, but if we do look at the defensive stats, we can see that Athena have a 67% win on defense on this map, whereas Free Elo have a 44% win on defense themselves. So with Athena starting on defense with a 67% win rate and Free Elo on attack with a 50% win rate, realistically this should be Athena's half. And when we looked at the defensive stats and attacking stats on the vice versa, the second half looks favored to Athena as well. But let's see how this one is going to work, as we are going to see most of Free Elo spawning over here on the river docks, with one player spawning elsewhere. That is going to be this guy all the way over here. For some reason. Yeah, oh yeah, that's Glossy Club spawning over. I couldn't switch floors. Alright, so he is going to drone downstairs with the Flores to take out that utility on the wall, but it isn't going to be effective. They have, however, no, they haven't even taken out a shield here. That is going to get denied by the Wamai playing by that shield if they do try to send that Flores drone in there. So this is becoming a very common hold from most teams. Well, on PC, console, everywhere. We are seeing this kind of setups. Pluto's going to get the early kill onto Kicks. Wow. Free Elo just drop in and get that opening frag. Well played to them. Let's see if they can capitalize on that. Make the most of it. It is most common that the team with the opening kill do win the round, but that's only like a 70% statistic. So there is a good chance here for Free Elo. They just need to be cautious and capitalize it. We can see the drones going out all over the place, watching the backs of the team as they push into the second floor, into mining, and start opening up holes to push those defenders out of position. That sounds like a C4 that went up. No, it wasn't a C4, actually. It was just explosives coming out. It is the breaching charge. Now, there is a player here underneath that breaching charge, but because he's in coat check, that's not going to touch him. It is just out in the hallway. So Maxink gets away with his life there as Jag makes his way down the red stairs and looks through these holes that have been opened up in the wall. Now, is that a hole opened up by That is a hole opened up by the breach and charge from above, I think. That's nice. That's a nice play. That drone's going to go through and not spot a Rooney, but it does turn around and spot her as it fails to jump through that window. Still a 4 versus 5. Jag still on red stairs. Got Cluto coming down brown stairs or pillar stairs, depending on how you call it. He's going to be flanking from the bar side. Glossy getting on those drones with Profit already downstairs in the bakery along with Glossy Club, just watching these angles, waiting for the right moment to go in with that diffuser and plant. He's going to peek bakery and prep, but he's going to find no one in prep behind that window. Then he starts to move around. He sees the player in coat. Cluto is pushing it, but Maxink is... Sorry. Yeah, there was Cluto, wasn't it? No, it was Jack pushing it. But he gets taken down, shut down in the prime of his life. Leaving us in a 4 versus 4. 25 seconds to go. Load of utility goes out. And Profit is in, starting to plant. The plant could be successful here. No one is in position to deny it. So no C4's going out. The plant is down. I don't think Athena know that it's happened. They've got the plant off. And Free Elo just need to hold here now. This C4 goes out, but it does no damage. We've got Buck playing on the red stairs. He's going to be holding onto that staircase. As we see Nursing come around, he does manage to take down TGC Glossy Club. And Nurse is going to try to come in here to get through those holes in bakery, but Profit does get the killers. Mac gets the refrag. It's a 3 versus 2 with Free Elo in control, but the user is starting to get stuck by the... Oh no! It was starting to get stuck and it was denied, but the last few kills come out. And Logic and Vyzen are the last 2 left standing. Logic playing up above, managing to shut down Free Elo. And that round does go to Athena. That was intense. That was pretty intense. That was well played to Free Elo. Well played to Free Elo. I'm pretty confident that Athena had no idea that that plant was going down. And I think they just, by surprise, got caught up in that post-plant situation, trying to work out what they were going to do. And they managed to make it work, but they had to get that player to rotate upstairs at first in order to be able to shut down from above. Now, ideally, we would have seen Free Elo have a player up there. I'm not sure if they left someone up there and then Logic managed to take them down when he went upstairs. I suspect that's likely the case. I'd be surprised if Free Elo actually pulled a man away from sight. From that power position upstairs to come downstairs. So I suspect Logic would have gone upstairs, caught the Free Elo player looking through the floor, and just managed to pop a cap. As I think you'd say. I don't know if I'm getting that right. Is it bust a cap, pop a cap? I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
10 seconds to insertion.
Hey, Gracie, welcome. Oh, yeah, you're replying to me saying hello. Sorry, that stream delay and everything. I just saw you saying hi to XB or howdy, and I thought it was just now and I missed it. Never mind, never mind. Bar and Cocktail is going to be the site of choice, like I say. Athena cannot go back to Kitchen. They have just won it, so they are forced into another site. And Bar and Cocktail is the secondary site for most teams when you've played Kitchen and Service or Service and Cooking as your primary site. No big surprises coming out here from Athena, as Free Elo are going to make their way up to the top. Now, although Free Elo didn't win that first round, they should be looking at it with great positivity. They got very, very close, and I'm pretty sure they will have had Athena running a little bit scared for a moment and had them actually at panic stations. The opening pick onto kicks will have tilted a little bit, and then getting that plant down and having to scramble will have hurt a little as well against Free Elo. But Athena need to get over that and just think about what went wrong and address this map in a whole new way as they come into this site. But, you know, everyone's played this map so many times. It's bread and butter for most teams. Hatch is going to get opened by Vyzen. We've got Logic downstairs playing underneath all the C4 plays. On the Mozzie, we can hear the Flores drone going out. That's going to take out any utility that was there underneath the skylight. That will allow a player to drop in if necessary. That is Glossy Club holding up there, trying to find the picks behind the bar, but there is no one poking their head out just yet. That's going to be Maestro, it looks like, behind the bar, who's going to be playing a real power position here with the Alder, which is an absolute stellar weapon. Does so much damage as Carbons takes down Nursing. Yet again, Free Elo managed to take the opening kill. Mozzie is there in reading, and Carbons is going to open fire. Mozzie is going to peek out, but he's going to back out. With these milkshake players, they have a good habit of peeking and then backing out and not overdoing it. And Mozzie, being played here by Logic, is no different. He's going to watch his back in case he gets flanked, but no one is coming from that way. Now we've got a player here over, though, in Laundry, backing up his teammate. Logic Sync is going to take him down. The player in Laundry wasn't necessary. We've got two players now applying that pressure to GS Carbons as Kicks takes down Jag. Carbons in a 1 versus 2. He is going to make his way out in case he's getting flanked. And is just going to watch and hope that he doesn't get caught from behind. He's going to back out and join his team up the red stairs. 4 versus 3 now as Prophet takes a whole load of damage from Maxing, but he does manage to get that kill as he converges onto Cocktail, but Kicksync is there with the order and he manages to take him down. There was another player in Cocktail also holding the crossfire, so the chances of him surviving were very, very little. Eventually, Kicks manages to get that kill onto Carbons. It took him long enough. Glossy is the last man standing in a 1 versus 3. He is on site. He has no diffuser, and he is going to pick that up. Do the boys know that he is there? The plant is starting. They're going to hear that surely. Logic is coming round. He's got that C4. He's getting ready to chuck it. The C4 has been misplaced. Glossy's going to drop down into Laundry, and he is going to fall at the hands of Logic. Oh, no. You can't pull that. They're looking around for the diffuser. They don't know where it is. They turn around and they find it. And again, Bison and Logic, the last two players standing on Athena, managed to take the round. A much better round from Athena there, as they managed to whittle away the Free Elo players much more effectively than they did in round number 1. But Free Elo, Glossy Club, still managing to come in and just sneak that plant down. And like I was going to say, you cannot call that a misplay from Glossy to immediately drop the hatch and play from below. You expect the players to be upstairs. You don't expect someone to just be sitting in Laundry at that point in the game. So Glossy in good faith just dropped down. Didn't have the intel, obviously. Dropped down and, oh, shoot. Logic's here. Lost his gunfight. And even if Logic hadn't won that gunfight, I believe there was a second player down there with him that would have got the refrag most likely. It was a fair choice from Glossy to make the drop. I mean, he knew where the diffuser was. He could have played it with the gun from underneath. I mean, he had no explosives to deny the disable, but he still could have used his gun. So, yeah. Very, very close for Free Elo. They are doing very well here against Athena. They're not winning the rounds just yet, but they are performing better than I think people would expect them to perform against a team of Athena's caliber. So despite the wise words of Davin Atkins in our predictions panel, Athena not... Did I hear right? Did he say Athena not looking as good as they have? I'm not sure what I can't remember if he said that, or if it was... I can't remember who he said it about. But Athena not looking as powerful here as they have done in the past. Not looking as strong. Let's see. Let's see. Peek little look out the window here for one of the players. That is going to be Kicks, trying to get that spawn peek. And this might be how he managed to die early in the first round. He was out there, but he isn't going to see anyone coming up that way, I don't think. Cluto is in danger of it, but he is just going to drone out the lobby or reception area instead and get that intel for his teammates as he pushes his drone up the pillar staircase or brown stairs and set it up in a bit of a flank watch here. Glossy repelling on that fireplace window. You can see two players in reading with the rest on white stairs. Don't really have much of an upstairs hold here. In fact, there is just one player with nursing hovering between floors, so it looks like we're going to have two players hovering between floors and the rest of them basically down on site. Drone taken out of play by Kicks, who's going to be playing this position up here on Cocktail, which is the play that most defensive teams make on this site. And the way that most attacking teams will push is to take control of up here, move the defenders out of position from reading and get the plant. Very rarely do we see teams go for a fireplace plant, but it looks like we might actually have that happening here as we've got Glossy on the window. Pluto gets the early kill onto Mac. So yet again, 3 rounds in a row, we're seeing Free Elo get the opening pick. We've got Prophet starting to open up the wall here into the site, but they're going to go in for a plant right here in the corner. But it can be seen by the player laid here watching. It can be seen by Logic, who's going to reposition, and they need to get that intel. Free Elo need to find out what's going on here if they want to get in and get that plant. It is a very risky proposition to try and stick the plant here. If they go for anywhere over here to stop Logic from getting that kill through the floor holes, they're going to fall to the player who is sitting here on white stairs, which is Echo, played by NerdSync, with Yokai's in play. 1 minute left to go. Logic Sync is going to take down Cluto. 4 versus 4 now, as Jag has moved in and taken control of Fireplace, but Bison is going to shut him down. Glossy Club. I thought he managed to down Logic, but he just laid down instead. Logic's going to jump up and get that double kill. That's Profit out of play. Carbon's last man standing. He takes down Kit, who has died all too often. He's going to get the double as he takes down Bison. But Logic manages to get that refrag through the hole opened up by the attacker as it was still opening. And finally, we see Athena win a round without a plant going down first. It was a bold play. Bold play from Free Elo to go into Fireplace. Now, we can talk about their rationale for doing it. Not many teams do it. We have seen Apollo attempt it a couple of times. We've seen Jay got booted, try to get in there and almost make it work, but he has typically failed. We're going to see Carbons picking Iana, but 6 picking onto Nomad. Good choice to stop the jump outs, if there are any, or the run outs. And the flanks also in Small Bakery. But let's go back to why Free Elo did what they did. Free Elo, not so much a gunning team. Now, it might not necessarily look like that when you look at the kill count here, with Carbon's doing very well for his team. Logic doing tremendously well with that 7 kills. 7 KD for Logic, doing very, very well right now. But Free Elo, like I was going to say, not a huge gun power team. It's not their forte. It's not what they do. So what they will have done is they will have said, hey, if we want to take control of reading and get the plant in there, we need to get upstairs. We need to win our gunfights upstairs against 1 or 2 defenders. Do a load of time, put a load of time into the top floor, clearing stuff out, then try to push in, win another couple of gunfights with players that are downstairs. Instead, let's try to mix things up. Let's take a look at Fireplace. Let's see if we can get in there, avoid the gunfights as much as possible, and then get that plant down and then do the post plant. The problem with that situation, of course, is that when you get to the post-plant situation, you have too many players left on the defensive side that you're going to have to fight against. So at some point or another, you have to come up against those gunfights. And the question is, how do you control when you take those gunfights? And you want to take the gunfights when you're the one in the position to control it. You need to be in control. Gunfights generally come down to not just to aiming ability, but also to confidence and control of when and how that gunfight takes place. So when you get into that post-plant situation, although you have to fight against possibly 5 players, you're fighting against 5 players who are drastically and frantically working against the clock to try and pull a rabbit out of a hat, which means they're going to make mistakes most likely. So that is one of the reasons why Free Elo will have probably taken that opportunity, is to just, let's delay the gunfights, let's try and get that plant down, cut the timer short, and then just rely more probably on Athena making mistakes than us being able to win those gunfights confidently. That's my view on why they might have decided to take that unconventional route. And it didn't work. It didn't work. Now, there we get the run out from Kicks. That's exactly why you need the Nomad air jabs out there. Carbon's not putting it on that double door. That's kind of one place you want to put it. I'd be surprised if he hasn't put one. Pluto gets another kill. Aruni, loads of intel here on Aruni being given by Carbons. That's the 2nd kill for Free Elo in this round coming out. That is Jack getting the pick. And they have pretty good site control here. 4 versus 3 as Profit is out of play. Don't forget, Carbons has good intel on Aruni upstairs, and he's going to continue droning to retain that information. She has dropped to pillars. She has fallen back to pillars with Logic and Kicks. Logic, both of them playing off site, actually. We're going to have one player making his way, and Plant is going to get started. It can be heard by Kicks, but he can't see the player. He is going to push in, but it's getting covered just a little bit too late there. As Diffuser goes down, Jack gets the double kill. 4 versus 2 in a post plant. Mac is downstairs now, and he's going to take down Cluto. Logic and Mac, last 2 players there standing. Mac's going to get the 2nd. That's onto Jag. 2 versus 2. Glossy and Carbons need to play this clever, but Logic is going to take down Glossy. Carbons playing upstairs, last man standing. Not the first time. He's going to have to be very, very careful here about the plays he's going to make. Mac is going to go for a sneaky defuse. Logic's going to come for the cover. Carbons is coming down. Logic's coming from behind him. And Carbons is going to finish that kill. And Carbons gets the last one and wins the round. What a clutch from Carbons. Gets the 4K to finish it off. Carbons MVP for Free Elo right there. Wow. Wow. All right, Bar and Cocktail is going to be the next site to go to. That was a great round for Free Elo. Not the ideal way to win it. They got in, they got the plant down, and had a whole load of players left, and not very many players left on defense. I mean, they outnumbered them 4-3. They shouldn't have lost quite so many bodies. They won it because of a great clutch from Carbons, and you can't rely on that. You cannot rely on that. They did well to get in there, get that plant down with the man advantage. But they didn't win it quite the way they should have done. So we need to see Free Elo tightening things up a little bit, not losing those gunfights, holding their positions a little bit better. We saw the player with his balls out just laid there in the middle of the floor in kitchen after the plant. He managed to make it work in one moment, but then got taken down pretty easily by Logic, I believe it was. So it was an interesting one. 3-1. And I think this is a good indication that Athena aren't really performing where they are expecting to, and where a lot of other people are expecting them to. Because 3 of these 4 rounds,
10 seconds left.
well, 2 of these 4 rounds, 1 of these 4 rounds has been won by Free Elo. 2 of these 4
5
rounds
seconds to go.
have been ridiculously close. Ridiculously close. Rounds that realistically should have been Free Elo's, but Athena just managed to snatch them back. How dare I say that? Glossy Club got the plant down. It wasn't a 1 versus 3. So realistically, that wasn't Free Elo's to win. Glossy got the fortunate plant. But still, Free Elo doing well. Athena need to tighten up a little bit. But we can see this is still heavily weighted in Athena's favor. Now, Cafe overall is 66% defender favored, so we are expecting Athena to be up at this point. We would expect them to take a 4-2 split at the end of the first half. So if they get a 4-2 or a 3-3, they should be very happy with that. Bar and Cocktail is actually 85% defender favored, so the chances of them winning this round is huge. They should win this round, go 4-1 up. And then the final round of the first half, anybody's guess. Anybody's guess. Now I see there that there's some issues with something. Let me change this. No, let's just leave it as it is. Sorry, I was noticing something, a little issue there with the stream. All right. Now, Bar and Cocktail. We have 2 players. Bar and Cocktail itself, one here in reading. Similar setup to what we saw last time. 2 players down below. That's going to be the Mozzie playing here with the sunlight brightly in his eyes. But is just waiting for him to peek out. That's going to be Pluto. Grenades are going to go out. That's going to tickle Logic Sync to push it. Oh, another great grenade goes out and does damage to 3 players at once. How has that been managed? Logic Sync actually took damage from above with that grenade that went out through a window, I guess. Or from Skylight. It must have been Skylight because that sledge up there. So he chucked that grenade through that hole and managed to damage 3 players. Kicks is going to take down Carbon. So I think that's the first round where we haven't seen the opening kill go to Free Elo. But that opening kill is going to be refragged and traded much quicker than Athena managed to do it anytime. And Prophet just drops into sight and he takes down Maxink. He's got control of Cocktail. He's coming around to Freezer. There's a player there. C4 goes off. Weisensink does take him out of commission. That was unfortunate for Prophet. He should have had that. 3 versus 3. Logic playing down below, who is going to take down Cluto. 3 versus 2. That was a ballsy play from Prophet. We hear C4 get ripped, but Nursink with his MP7 manages to take down 2 players before the C4 can do any damage at all. Well, that was another round, I've got to say, that could have been Free Elo's. Could have been Free Elo's with that drop in from Prophet and taking quick control of site, but the rest of the team just didn't back it up. So as expected, that round is going to go to Athena. Reading Room and Fireplace, the last site to get played by Athena in the first half, their favorite site to go as a tertiary site, if you can have a favorite tertiary site. They won this last time. Let's see if they can do it again. That's why I say I always have fun watching Free Elo. Even though they're not winning, the plays that they're trying, the tenacity that they show, the effort that they put in, just entertains me hugely. They can take a top team like Athena and just make you say, all right, fair play. I didn't expect that. And it just makes it so exciting and so interesting to watch Free Elo. Now, I'm not trying to take anything away here from Athena. They have done a great job. They're not themselves, but they have done a great job at least. They've got themselves into a couple of sticky situations that they shouldn't have been in, but they're recovering exceptionally well. Logic is doing great guns, literally great guns for his team in his first showing here in this league. With a 9 KD, 9-1 right now. This is what you expect when you bring in players from Milkshake. You expect them to get these sorts of numbers. You absolutely expect this. And this is what Free Elo possibly won't be ready for, is a player like Logic 6. So it's not often we get players of this level come into our leagues. Now, I know we have our champ players. You know, we've got Merxy, we've got Consters, we've got MYR, we've got all these other champ players in the league. We are used to having these champs, but Kicksync is going to get that spawn peak. It's not going to get denied this time, as that is Profit taken out of play. You've got to watch out for this. Kicks is loving these spawn peaks. And finally, he manages to make one pay off. But as I was saying, we have these champs in the game, in the league. But, you know, we're looking at the likes of Zachariah, Logic. These players, typically, we have many Mud, we had Jinx when they were on Flex. These players were like top 10 champs. And don't forget, champ isn't just in the country, it's in the world. So you're talking about top players in the world actually competing here in these leagues. And a team like Free Elo, who go between Platinum 1 or 2 to Diamond, are going toe-to-toe with them. Wow. Trade there between Glossy and Nursing. Can't believe I missed it. I can believe it. That's Echo out of play. And that's a big pick for Glossy. That is a big pick for Glossy. Carbs is going to send that drone out before he tries to peek onto this Banshee. He wants to pop around and shoot it out, but he's a little bit nervous that there's a player on white stairs. So he's going to set the drone up to check it, make sure it's clear, push it onto that Banshee and take it down. Get into the washrooms to make sure he doesn't get peeked by Vyzen, who is playing here very close to the staircase. Now we can see that there is... Oh, I thought it was another Banshee, but it's actually a gun with an operator icon on top of it. Shining blue, really confusing me. Maxink playing down below for the C4, placed in either plant. Kicksync takes down Cluto, and Free Elo's gun power here is starting to wane a little bit, as Jag and Carbons are the last two left standing. I take that back. Jag is the last left standing, as Carbons is the last one left. C4 goes up. Does a fair bit of damage to Jag, but he does make it away with his life. He knows someone's likely to get the flank. He's going to walk to the red stairs. He's going to try to take down Logic, but that Roni is just a little bit too strong. I said Athena would be happy with the 4-2, but the 5-1, they're going to be ecstatic. They will have wanted the 6-0. Knowing Athena, they'd have wanted the 6-0. But you can't turn your nose up at a 5-1. That's still a good result. Now the sides are going to switch. Free Elo are going to switch over on to defense. Let's see if they'll be able to do a little bit more as they switch over. Remember, this map is defender-sided. Athena are bucking it slightly by being just above the win percentage that you would expect the defensive team to have at the end of the first half. But still, it's defender-sided or favoured in this league for this season. So Free Elo could still turn this round. We're going to get Profit, 6-picking Bandit going on to Vigil. Good play. Jackal is taking out Commission. So Vigil is going to be free to roam around without his feet getting scanned. This could be an important move for Free Elo as they go downstairs to Kitchen. Now they'll have picked that Vigil as a 6-pick in order to just confuse a little bit. As we don't go to Bar and Cocktail, sorry, we are going to Kitchen and Service. Did they 6-pick the site? I'm sure it said Bar and Cocktail at first. I'm sure of it. Welcome to the stream, Muzzer. Muzzer is our new, or one of our new new admins in the Challenger server. So thank you very much, Muzzer, for coming forward and helping. He's doing a great job so far. Great job.
5 seconds remaining.
Let's see what kind of setup we're going to get here now. Profit playing up on the top floor. What is he doing up here? He hasn't set up reinforcements. He'll have been staying away from the drones, possibly, to hide the fact that there is a Mozzie in play. All 5 players from Athena jumping off of the private yacht, the sink yacht, and making their way up to the roof, as you would expect. No spawn peaks coming out from Free Elo. Not their style. Though, I'll be honest, I think it would make sense for them to do it, because they would have easy kills here. You can see that as they rappel up, I mean, Vyzen is looking down, but I think there could have been an easy pick if one of them had just taken a little stroll out of that doorway. All 5 players up here on the roof, 4 of them droning. Logic, the only one not on drones, just on his Gemini. Okay, so technically they are all droning. Great play from Athena, gathering that intel before they make their way in. They've decided it's clear they are going to drop in and start to take control of the 3rd floor. They already have control, whether they know it or not. 5 players are downstairs. So Vigil, being played by Prophet, not playing their own game up on the top. He's going to be downstairs instead. And in fact, he's going to chill right down here in the corner of the garage. Now, he needs to take off that utility, because that's going to alert the drones to his whereabouts. Now, they're not going to know exactly where he is unless they really move those drones for him. But if he puts that utility on now, they're going to know that he's there from that drone. So Prophet needs to be very, very careful playing on that Vigil in that position. Now, Carbon's just nerves of steel, just sitting here in the middle of the bakery, just waiting. They know no one's coming in the bakery side. He's sitting there behind that cabinet just to try to stay safe. Right, Prophet does take some fire here from the white staircase. Nomad does send out an air jab. Prophet backs out, manages to get away with his life. A little bit of damage has been done to Kingston. Player here on pillar stairs is going to open fire. Now we've got 3 players stacking up there on that pillar staircase. 1 coming down, air jab goes out. Nursing takes Jag down. That's the early kill. That's Jag on mute, as Carbon's going to make his way back into sight, as vertical damage is now being done by Athena. 3 players coming down white stairs, going for that freezer take. Prophet is going to fall at the gun of Logic Sync, who is still doing great work here. We've got 1 player in the bar. Logic's going to come around and probably take him out of commission as well, but he has backed out into coat check. That is Glossy playing on the Maestro. He needs to remain there in coat check. He's going to hold this angle and wait for a player to push him. Looks like Ace is going to come around that way. We've got 2 players now in the bar area, as Logic takes a whole load of damage from Glossy with that Ulder, but he does get finished off by Vyzen. Pluto's lost a load of damage here in SMWD, or Coffee as you might know it. He's going to peek. Oh no, but Vyzen clears up 2 kills. That's the flawless round, and that is Athena on match point already. They take a long time to do it, but they are successful. They are successful. Free Elo struggling a little bit here to claw back around. Bar and Cocktail, the next site to get played. Kitchen and Service is not locked, but Free Elo don't want to try it again. They're going to mix it up. They're going to do something different. They're going to bring out Prophet on the Elo this time. We're going to have Glossy going on the mute. Stop that drone game. We have seen that the drone game from Athena is actually very, very strong. We're going to have Frost 6 pick though. No Elo. We're going to have Frost coming out, which could be a great choice. Open up some holes, open up some vault rotates in washrooms, for example. Stick a Frost mat under there. In fact, anywhere where you think an attacker is likely to vault through. I mean, you could, to be fair, you could probably even bait one right behind this wall. I mean, if you open up a hole in this wall, vault height, stick a Frost mat underneath it, you might just find an attacker just says, hey, we can just pull through here. Why would you open that up? Let's just drop down and just pull on in, boys. And then, oh, no, Frost mat. You'd have to tuck it up right close to make that vault hole a very certain height to be able to hide it from the hatch so it didn't get seen, but it's got to be possible. It's got to be possible. Wall is going to get reinforced. No signal jammers placed in the middle because it will be easily taken out. That signal jammer cannot be shot out, but you can use a breaching round to take it out of place. So Logic Sync, good P, very, very important here for Athena to get that wall open, as Ace will open it from the hatch after Logic takes out that signal jammer. Now, we don't have any spawn peaks coming out here from the defensive team. It doesn't look like. We had a hole opened up here, but no one's coming that way. Other than that, no spawn peak efforts. Athena are going to be allowed to approach the building without any struggle. There's the hatch getting opened. Looks like Buck is going to be the one to try to go down to take that utility off the wall, but he's not going to be able to manage it with his guns. Kix takes a whole load of damage. Kix isn't doing too well here in a lot of his gunfights. He had a shocker last week. This week, he's doing better with a 7 and 5, but it's not where he would normally be. Not where he would normally be at the moment. Now, there we go. Ace is going to throw that down. He's going to find, hey, it's jammed. What can we do? Buck is going to have a look. He's going to wait for the jump out. He's going to find that he can't shoot that signal jammer. He's looking around. Wait, boys, there's no signal jammer. I can't get it. You're going to have to go down below, or we're going to need Logic to come in here and do some damage if you want to get this wall open. So how are they going to play this? That's the question. Ace is going to drop. He's going to pre-fire. Oh, the player in there. That's Glossy Club. He crouches just in the nick of time and drops the hatch and gets away with his life. Great play from Glossy. Almost lost his life. This wall is going to remain closed. Logic Sync isn't going to be able to take it out from where he is. He could go down below and shoot it, but he's not going to. He's not going to use his utility for that. Either they've got big plans for those breaching rounds, or they just aren't thinking dimensionally. Now, we have Jag playing the power position here behind the shield. Jag, be very careful. Be very careful. Stun grenade is going to go out. Jag is going to back out. And that is going to free up Piano. Glossy Club down below, though, could get the C4 kill. 1 minute in. 1 minute to go, rather. We see the first kill going to Free Elo yet again as Logic gets a refrag. Jag takes a whole load of damage here from Bison, who pushes in. C4 gets thrown out, but it doesn't get set off. And Jag manages to clean up the kill onto Bison. 4 versus 3 in favor of Free Elo. 45 seconds to go. Logic has control of Cigar Lounge. He's going to take down that Guerrero shield. That's going to stop him from pushing in that way for a moment. But that wall is sealed. The question is, will Logic open it up with his breaching round or a breaching charge? The player on Free Elo does drop down. He flanks up the white stairs. Pluto gets the kill. Nursing does answer back though. 2 versus 2. As Nursing claims another onto Jag. Kicks ridiculously low on health. Diffuser is in the hand of Kicks. He's going to have to go for the plant if anything. Nursing is going to hold that position to watch. Mozzie is there watching and waiting. Kicks does go down. That's the diffuser drops. Nursing 1 versus 2. C4 goes out. And Pluto with a double kill at the end manages to claim a round for Free Elo. Oh my god. This is why I love watching Free Elo play. You don't expect stuff like this to happen. You just don't expect it. Athena doing a lot of stuff right. But Free Elo are mixing it up, and we're seeing a different Free Elo are completely diverting from the standard stuff. We're seeing them make ballsy plays. We saw the Goyo rush out from Pixel, go to washrooms. Logic pushes in confidently. Sorry, Bison pushes in confidently. Does a bit of damage. Might have thought that he downed Goyo. Comes around to the door, but hey, there's Goyo just standing there waiting for you, mate. Shoots you down. We then get Logic coming in. He sees the player just vaulting over the white stairs. Like, what? When does that happen? And then he looks the other way towards pallets. And oh no, the player that just vaulted over. Yeah, he's come up white stairs. He's peeking you and he gets the shot. Free Elo are doing some different stuff. And it's working very, very well. They just need to tighten up on the gunfights. And they could be a real competitor here for Athena. Now, they've got 4 rounds to win to get to overtime and still have a chance of winning this. The most points that they're going to clutch out of this game at this point is 1. Whereas Athena have the pick between 1, 2, and 3. They're already on 3 points. That's what they're on. They can only lose 1 point at the moment. If they go to overtime and still take the win. But Athena, the chances of Athena dropping 4 rounds in a row against Free Elo, I gotta say, is very unlikely. We hear a window get opened. Mozzie being played by Cluto up on white. Let's see what Athena are gonna do. We've still got no spawn peaks or runouts coming out from Free Elo. They are sticking to that style of play, and that's fair enough. But I think some aggression could do them well here. Glossy just opening fire onto something, playing on the Vigil. This is not Glossy's standard operator. Going to take down that drone, and that's going to leave 8 drones in play. Skylight getting ready to drop. More drones going in, but Glossy is, of course, hidden. They aren't going to know exactly where he is. Another drone's going to go in. That's going to get taken out. Glossy's going to shift, and he's going to drop. He's going to waste time perfectly. That is what Aroma does. He doesn't have to get kills. He just needs to waste time. 2 players dropping through the red stairs to try to find him. But we have Kixing falling again. Pluto manages to get taken down. Kixing has dropped. He is down but not out, and he is going to get revived. A great play from Pluto there. He didn't go for that repeat. I guess he didn't know that he downed him or didn't want to risk his life. Glossy falls 2. 5 versus 3 now. And in a 5v3, the chances of Free Elo pulling this back, I think, are slim. This looks like it could be Athena's. Pre-placed C4 coming out from Carbon. Standard position here for players to come and do vertical destruction. The question is he going to get the pick? Profit does manage to take down Kicks. It's ridiculously low on health. But anyway, we've got 3 players up here converging on that white staircase. We aren't getting a take here. For kitchen, it doesn't look like. For cooking. So This pre-play C4 from Carbons isn't going to come into fruition. It's not going to pay off. Because I don't think Buck is going to come over there. I just don't think he's going to come over there. We are getting a freezer take. Weizen has diffuser. Going to make his way downstairs. Anything that is stopping this wall from getting opened is going to be taken out of play very easily. It's already gone, and that'll be from Buck up above, just shooting it out. Freezer take it is. Jag waiting for someone to come in through that double door. He has no signal jammers left in his pocket. He cannot replace the signal jammer that was on that freezer wall. Long angle's going to get opened up by logic so he can see all the way through to sight through holes in the walls. Buck is now coming over to where that pre-play C4 is. This could be a pick for Carbons. Carbons is going to take a lot of damage from that skeleton key. Carbons is waiting for his time here as Weizen goes down, but Carbons gets picked off. Doesn't get to use the C4. 1 versus 3. Nomad comes round, but Buck is up above. Does manage to shut down. Oh, does manage to shut him down from up above. Jag falls, and that is a 7-2. A 7-2 to Athena. GG's. I forgot to switch the sides there. I'm always forgetting to do the side switches, people. Always forgetting. So, there we go. Quite the match. Quite the match. Now let me get everything set up, ready for closing.